The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha. Welcome to it. It is Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda, number 60.
60, round number.
How you like that? J.E. Orozco, I be he,
And I be John Hendricks.
and we're fresh off of a Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, it was nice. Did a nice weekend?
As we digitize this on a Tuesday, I had a pretty nice weekend, very
too.
restful and such.
Yeah. A lot of thinking.
Yeah, and then as you and I greeted each other this morning, we're going, yeah, baby, now it's time,
man.
okay? 2 days away as we're doing the show today, okay? Thursday night ball game, or for us, Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, okay? Then you get your college fill on Saturday, and then Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Monday, okay? So you will be footballed out by the next Monday coming there. But today's show, we're doing the 5, in my opinion, these are my picks. John may have one or two that are different from mine, but the 5 must-watch games.
Yeah.
Week number 1 of the National Football League.
I could not be more excited. We're just a couple days away, as you said, from the first game of the season, and bring it on. Let's go.
Before we get to those
Before we
five
do that, though.
those 5 games,
Yeah.
it's America's sport, right? American football, right?
100%.
Not the other football people.
It's not football.
We can get in those arguments, so to speak.
Sure.
Here. But on the other hand, it's not just America's game anymore. You got international games. Okay, let's go backward to forward here to where we're at right now. But November 16th, Madrid, Spain. Commanders and the Dolphins, okay?
Spain.
November
Lovely.
9th, Berlin, Germany. Falcons hosting the Colts in Germany, okay, or at the Colts, rather. The October 19th, Wembley, England, okay?
Wow,
The
okay.
Rams
They've
and the
done that before,
Jags,
yeah.
okay? And then staying in England, London, October 12th, Broncos and the Jets.
Nice matchup.
The week before that, Vikings at Cleveland Browns in London, England again. So 2 games in a row in London. All right. Minnesota Vikings at Pittsburgh Steelers, week number 4, September 28th in Dublin, Ireland. Okay. Whew. That's, like I said, it's a worldwide sport. We'll find out how much farther it can go. Just a real quick, well, here we go. Number 5. 5 games you don't want to miss, okay?
We're going to jump right into that. Good, because I have a highlighter.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've got a pen, and I'm going to be very academic. We're going to jump right into the 5 hot games to watch.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to see how you narrow this down.
And the first one...
Are we going in order of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? So like
No, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
no surprise. The cherry on the sundae right off the top.
Right
Eat
at the
it,
top.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
No playing around. Okay, good.
And
The
what is
number
that?
1 game of the week to watch. Tell me.
Is the first game of the season. 106 seasons under their belt, the National Football League. The Dallas Cowboys sans one Micah Parsons versus the defending champion, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of question marks there, okay? Obviously, you've got the whole story. You've read it. You got your fill of it, I would think so by today, right? Of Micah. Okay, we understand it. But life goes on. they got to play the game anyway, man.
They're not canceling. They're forfeiting.
And there are some people. Here's your over and under, John. What do you think? 46 and a half points. Over and under.
So defenses are supposed to be ahead of offenses this stage, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So 46 points, them splitting points. Cowboys are going to score in that Eagles defense. First game of the year, I would take the under in because what, 46? So that would give the Eagles could score 27. And then as long as the Cowboys score 18 or less. I'm going to over then. Never mind. I'm going to over barely. 48 points in this game somehow.
I will go the over as well.
Yeah.
Get this, man. Last year,
Yes.
combined, the 2 times they played,
Yeah.
75-13. Cowboys on the 13 end. Yeah, and the one game was without Jalen Hurts.
That's okay. Cooper Rush filled in admirably and just couldn't get it done. Sorry, you said without Jalen Hurts. I think
Without Jalen Hurts, but it was Cooper Rush. They didn't have no Dak on both of those games either.
That was a real barn burner. Was it Kenny Pickett against Cooper Rush? Oh, that's fun.
Last game of the week, number 17.
We're not looking at that in game number 1, though.
Okay.
We're looking at a full roster minus Micah Parsons, which you mentioned because there's nothing else football going on, NFL, because everything's done. That was all we heard about if you tune into anything.
That's it.
So whatever. And before you go on, I'm fine. Bye, Micah. Honestly, I'm done with it. I'm fine. I've moved on.
I thought so too.
Were we so great with him? I think it's time to turn the page. It's time to move on. We're going to move on Thursday night. Who you got winning this game and by how much? And it's your number 1 game to watch. And I'm going to chime in on that second. But before you go on, I want to find out how you see this game going, minus the fact that it's going to be higher scoring than Vegas believes it to be.
I will go 31-27.
Wow.
Cowboys.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm saying,
catch him sleeping.
I'm saying the Cowboys, newly acquired George Pickens, will create havoc for that DC of Philadelphia. Okay, no more. And the offense has changed quite a bit. Okay, the offense has changed quite a bit without. Hey, where are we going to go? CD. Where are we going to go?
Okay.
CD.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go?
And the tight ends.
CD.
Yeah. No running game. Yeah. Okay.
So we shall see.
And that defensive coordinator you mentioned is still Vic Fangio, if I believe. So
who's had their number.
He's pretty good. He stepped into the Spagnuolo realm last year and kind of stole Steve Spagnuolo's lunch during the Super Bowl. So I don't know how the Cowboys scored 27 points, even though if they do have a strong side of the ball right now, given that they've lost their all-pro pass rusher, you think the strong side of the ball would be offense, but I don't know anything about that run game right now.
Yeah, that's the question mark. There's no doubt about that.
Question mark.
Yes.
And I do not like the thought of the Eagles, because they say pinning their ears back, pinning their wings back, if you will, and just going after Dak. After Dallas is unable to establish a rushing game, I don't see Dallas scoring that many points. I see the Eagles scoring a bunch. Meaning the Eagles still have those outstanding cornerbacks. I don't like Dallas to win.
And Philly, they have some quality wide receivers. A.J. Brown, Devontae, okay? So it's not like their cupboard's bare. But I do think the Cowboys have a chip on their shoulders. You guys are thinking only Micah is the key for us. That's not
enough,
true.
But
we have Dak back.
That chip has been existing for 30 years now. It's produced us nothing. I think the Eagles are smart and they want to repeat to prove a point. They do not like the Chiefs. They proved that point. They know every game matters. That is why I have this actually as my 10th ranked game to watch of the weekend. Why? Because I don't think it's going to be that competitive. I think it's ceremonial. I don't think the Eagles get their rings on this night. I don't know if that's how it works, but it's their first game back after Super Bowl, and I like them winning pretty easy in kind of a throwaway college game.
But there are other. Colin Cowherd said it's going to be over by the second quarter.
Oh, so it's going to be like one of our recent playoff games.
That's
when I say our, I mean these guys. It's going to be like the wild card round of the playoffs. Fair enough. Ouch.
Yikes.
We differ. We differ on outcome, and we also differ on importance of this game.
Yes.
I mean, the good thing is it's a standalone game. You have to watch it. You have no
early
choice.
Season NFC East. Hey, everybody, take a look at what's going on
enough.
here.
Of course, it's a divisional game, so
Yes.
10th on my part as being bitter.
All right, here we go. Number 2. It's the first international game. We went through that list there, but it's KC at the L.A. Chargers, September 5. That's a Friday ball game for us. For us here in Hawaii, I believe it's like 2:20 or so in the afternoon.
You're right.
Okay, the over and under is 44.5 points. Over and under. I'm saying over.
Me too. I'll go the over again.
Yeah,
Sloppy play maybe leads to defensive points. Early first game. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about how Harbaugh is able to do the old time of possession, run the ball, maybe bleed the clock, keep it a low scoring game without Slater out there. That might matter. But I'll go on a limb first this time and let you know that I've got the Chargers winning this game at home in Sao Paulo, Brazil. They're the home team.
Right.
Early season shakeup, if you will. Putting the Chiefs in a quote unquote hole, having to claw back to regain or retain, I should say, that divisional crown. So I like the Chargers winning. I don't know how. We said over. What was it? 46, you said?
44 and a half
44 and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna give Chargers more of those points. I don't know how. 45 points, 24, 21 down in Brazil. And I like the Chargers. I like them to come out swinging. Chip on their shoulder as well. They did not end the tournament the way they wanted to. Justin Herbert threw it to everybody but Chargers receivers. McConkey's coming in hot. I like what they've done. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb right there and let you know that, I got the Chargers in this one by 3.
All right. They are favored to win.
Who's
the
they?
Chiefs
Well, sure.
by 3
Okay.
points.
I'm
A little over
flipping it
3
on its
points.
head then.
Okay, but I will go with the Chargers as you do. 27-26 in a very, very close one here. I believe in Harbaugh. He's steadily putting together that program over there, and it's working some wonders. We'll see how it goes from there, okay?
Going back to Friday's game in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which I think it's on YouTube for all our fans out there. I don't know how to find a game on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to start working on that now because I don't need any technical difficulties when it's time to tune in, although I'll be tuning in a little late. This is a little bit early for our time where now's the time to catch Kansas City. Now's the time. They're on the Super Bowl hangover. It's early in the year. Maybe they're still figuring a few things out. They lost Rice, I think, for the first 6 games, Rasheed Rice. So now's a good time to catch
wide
him.
receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver. And so they know that he's not there. They know what they do have. Worthy's coming back. Their running game should be improved because Pacheco should be back on the field, and that hurt them last year in a lot of those close games that they managed to win. I don't want to talk myself out of this, but I'm going to stick with the Chargers.
Well, they have the Chargers have game film to watch, huh? Last year's Super Bowl. You can just try to emulate what Philadelphia did.
All you got to do is beat Philadelphia and have the top 3 levels of defense. And I'll close out my end of this discussion on this. I really have much more to say because it's so early, but I had this as the 6th ranked game to watch. I know that sounds kind of weird. Our first 2 picks were so far off, but only reason being that I have 5 other games where I see more intrigue. This game it's very important. It's divisional. It could set the tone. 6 is low, but I had it at 6 just for interest's sake.
Okay, Baltimore
jump
at
right in.
Buffalo. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got them 52 and a half points is the over and under for that one. That's a lot of points, but 2 prolific offenses there.
And if it turns out to be an even game, like even back and forth scoring, back and forth defense, and a very close one, that means something like 27-26, which is a weird score, or 28-25. Yeah? No, I don't know how to do math. I told you guys that before. Did you say 56?
56.
Okay, that's not good math. Okay, 53. I was right then. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Bills are favored by 0.8. Not even a full point, okay?
0.8? I've heard a half a point. Wait, are you serious?
They're
What is
52.3%
doing?
favored to win the game. So a little over half the population believes
in an
they'll win
election,
it.
that's a landslide, but I don't know about that.
This game I had trouble with it. I was going, this maybe should be number 1.
I was going to ask you why it's not.
Yeah, well, it's just because I just feel the number first game that has all the hype to it.
It's not divisional, too, as you said.
Yeah.
It kind of is, but it's not. It's conferential.
But it's such an important game.
It's
because at the end of the season, what did you do against common opponents? Oh, we're tied. We're both 12-win seasons. Well, how did you do when you played them at Buffalo? We lost. Okay, well, you don't get to host. Right? Well, we won. Okay, they have to come to Baltimore. Boy, what an important ball game this is.
This entire season for the AFC, the big storyline is who and how are the Chiefs knocked out and not returning to the Super Bowl for a 4th straight year, which by the way, I'm going to go on record right now. I don't want to see it. It's hard to say now, but I don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. No offense. We've been there. We've done that 3 years in a row, but that's not my choice. It's played on the field. So to me, The pathway, the clearest pathway to eliminating the Chiefs is having the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. That starts on Sunday, 2:20 p.m. time. Whoever wins this game has the inside track to having that number 1 overall seed. Whoever loses it, meaning the Bills or the Ravens, is on the outside looking in, scrambling. Can't lose any games that you should win. You got to win all the games you should win, and you're going to have to win.
Boy.
So this is it right now. This is for the number 1 overall seed, and if our prediction is right on the September 5 game in Brazil, and the Kansas City loses, then you got one up on them already. You're like, oh my God, there's 17 games, there's 18 weeks. We saw this last year, and it matters.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question then. On the pathway to eliminating the Chiefs from a 4th straight Super Bowl appearance, which I don't want to see, sorry, I don't like, who do you got? You got the Ravens coming in on the road and taking out the Bills and taking the putting their grasp on this number 1 overall seed, or you got the Bills holding down home field and they're cutting their pathway to that number 1 overall seed. Who do you like?
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills, the newly acquired Bosa. Okay, some other additions there. I just feel like Josh, we mentioned this on past shows, he's got his feet planted, got married, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be a Bill for life. I've got to bring this championship to Buffalo. So that is mine. I'm going 31-24 in this opening one.
Wow, that's
the Bills over the Ravens.
That's a 1 possession win, but that's a pretty strong statement. At home, you're at home though, expected to win. It's like an even matchup. When it comes down to ranking the rosters, which a lot of outlets did, the Baltimore Ravens received standing as a number 1 ranked roster. I don't know what that means. You're cutting across 53 players. That's nice. I also know that the Buffalo Bills have a pretty darn good roster too. I like how they drafted. The question is, are they, meaning the Bills, going to be able to do what the Eagles did last year and take these rookie draft picks, and some of them with a little age on them, some not so much. Right. Are they going to be able to have them produce, if not instantly in this game, but come along during the year and produce for them? But maybe in this game right now, the reason I'm picking the Buffalo Bills is twofold. First of all, you don't pick against the Bills in my house. You might need to find a new place to live. I'm not picking up against them at this point in time. I just feel, too, that overall, matchup of quarterbacks, you could call it even. The last 2 MVPs,
right.
Different style of play, but they're both dangerous. They both can run the ball. They both can spin the ball. They both proven to come up big at big points in the game. I'm just going to I feel like right now, Buffalo is a little bit more settled in on what it wants to do, and it's healthy at defense. Now, that tends to, meaning the Bills' defensive health tends to erode as the season goes along, and it gets them in the tournament. But this is game 1, so I'm going with the Bills. I'll throw a score at you. I think it's going to be closer scored. I think there's going to be moments of tension. Both teams know what this means, so I like another close win, like a 23-20 win for the Bills, which would be the under, I believe, 43 total points in this game. I like the Bills to evaporate that 0.8 points they're giving away, which I've never heard of such a thing in my life, but times they are a-changing. Yeah, so I got a 23-20. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, it's going to be an excellent ball game. Looking forward to watching that one for sure. Another one that is high up on the hierarchy of, boy, I don't want to miss this one, is the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Okay. Well, did you know, John, last year, the Green Bay Packers defense was ranked at the end of the season number 2 overall.
To who? I mean, to somebody else?
The rest of the league. They were number 2 defense last year, the Green Bay Packers. Pass rushing, what were they ranked? Number 26 of 32 teams.
Okay.
Wow, they just added Micah Parsons. I believe that 26 is going to go up quite a bit. They definitely have a pass rusher now. It's going to create havoc. I'm looking. They're 2-point favorites
The Packers are 2-point favorites. The Lions coming in on the road. This is 10:25 Hawaii Standard Time. Not sure what channel that's on. Doesn't matter. Okay, you like the. Wait, you haven't said anything.
No,
yet.
I haven't.
I understand.
Yeah.
Lions coming in 2-point dogs. Packers with Parsons.
That's the common frame of what's going to be happening. But in my mind, okay,
Yeah.
almost like Bill Belichick's North Carolina Tar Heels getting all the notoriety and nothing to Sonny Dystra. TCU Horned Frogs, they go in there and beat the dog out of Bill Belichick's team, okay?
They did. It was sad.
One Aiden Hutchinson of the Detroit Lions, who is back after an injury. Nobody's saying anything. They're all talking about their big, bad pass rusher for Green Bay. Micah, he's going to have to show it. Aiden sitting over there, okay. I think he's going to steal the show.
Love it.
In my opinion, boy. Okay. That defense for Detroit is going to come out ready, willing, and able to control Jordan Love and the rest of that team.
So you got Detroit.
I'm going Detroit at Green Bay.
And you're saying like a dominating game is what I'm hearing. Like
48.5 is the over and under.
That's big. That's a big number.
Again, I'll look at Jared Goff.
Yeah.
With Ahmad, St. Ron, and all the other ones that he has there.
Yeah, Jameson.
They've got the taste in their mouth, boy. They've been winning. They want to get to that next level and go on to that Super Bowl.
They were embarrassed. And they were depleted health-wise. They were embarrassed and they were injured. And when they were injured, they got embarrassed. So, okay.
So I'm going to go, again, 48.5 points is the over and under. Again, I believe a high-scoring ball game. And I will go 30 points for the Detroit Lions and 27 for GB.
Okay. That's fair. That's a good showing for Green Bay, one could argue, although it's a divisional loss, another divisional game. I have this as my number 2 must-watch game. It's your number 4 must-watch game, so not much off there. My number 2 must-watch game, because, again, divisional, because of the additions that Green Bay, or the addition that Green Bay has had. I have on my sheet, I marked Green Bay. I highlighted Green Bay, so I believe Green Bay is going to win. I don't know how, and I think what I'm going off of here is the fact that the Detroit Lions lost their premier offensive coordinator and their premier defensive coordinator to head coaching jobs elsewhere, and it's going to take them a little while in real game time action, not preseason or exhibition football, not practices, not dual practices, to get both of those units running up to full speed. And Green Bay's coming in hot. They got a lot of pressure on them. I think that pressure, Matt LaFleur does well with it, wins a tight game. And I'm going to throw this at you, too. I think Green Bay's going to get a little bit of fortune somewhere along the way and pull this one out. I don't really have a close game. I don't know if it's going to be on the over-under. I think maybe a lot of points because of mistakes. I'm going to say this is going to be one of your doozy watch. Look at all these points games. I'm going to go 35 for Green Bay somehow. And again, maybe not all in offense. Maybe some pick sixes, bad Jared action, scoops and scores. Maybe a special team score. Maybe a punt block and run it in, scoop it up and score there too. 35 for Green Bay, and just a meager 26 points for the Lions. So it's like a 9-point win for the Packers to start the season out in the Micah Parsons era.
All right, the final fifth in JE's hierarchy of games not to miss in week number 1. The Minnesota Vikings travel to the Windy City, Chicago Bears, Monday Night Football. What a way to win in the week number 1. 45.5 is the over and under. Okay. The Bears are favored by 1. A little over 52% say they're going to win. Wow.
A whole 1 point? A full point?
Yeah, this was a tough one as well for me.
Was
but I'm because the more I saw Chicago, the more I was buying into what they're doing there. I think he finally got a head coach OC that is going to help Caleb Williams out quite a bit. He's got some good offensive line. He's got some good wide receivers.
Talents there.
But I've been hanging my hat on one JJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, which one?
Well, again, JJ to JJ is going to be prolific.
Like that.
JJ McCarthy to JJ Jefferson. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to that ball game because I feel like McCarthy's been waiting in the wings long enough, and he's ready to set sail.
Yeah, and so you like the Vikings coming in on the road into Soldier Field. I think
Right.
still Soldier
Still
Field.
Soldier
That's
Field.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. You like them in what kind of game are you seeing? How do maybe too many details, but how do the Vikings pull off this road win, a divisional road win in a tough division? All teams are playing against each other. Detroit's at Green Bay, Minnesota's at Chicago, so it's gonna come. People are gonna come out of there divisional losses or wins. How do you see the Vikings doing? What do you got? What do you got?
I got 27 for the Vikes.
Yeah.
Bears 24.
It's a lot of points for a rookie quarterback who's not a rookie, who has shown nothing yet but upside. I'm going to give Caleb Williams the nod over J.J. McCarthy for the simple fact that he's had playing time. Now, again, I frequently say no memories are better than bad memories. And after last year, Caleb has a lot of bad memories.
Very bad memories.
I like Caleb under the new direction, Coach Johnson. I like what I've seen. He's much more scientific in his gameplay and technical. I think at times he'll do the freestyling when it's required, but also play a much more structured game. And it's J.J. McCarthy's first game at Soldier Field, so I like the Bears to win a close one there. How about a low-scoring game here? How about like a 20 points for the Bears and just a mere 17 for the Vikings as J.J. McCarthy starts to figure things out late in the game, but it's too late. Too late for J.J. McCarthy as he starts to roll as the game goes on.
All right. Well,
and that was my third ranked game to watch, so we're there. I mean, these
your
divisional
number
games.
one was...
My number one game to watch was Baltimore at Buffalo, obviously. My number two game was Detroit at Green Bay. My number three game is the one we just talked about, Minnesota at Chicago. And this is where my number four game is not only not a divisional game, but it's a cross-conference game because I wanted to see how the Houston Texans come in with C.J. Stroud against the Matthew Stafford Rams. I think that's an important game for both of them to see, and I love the intrigue there. And then my number five game was a divisional game. It's Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers going into Atlanta to take on the Michael Penix-led Falcons. That was my number five game. But that just goes to show, how many great games there are. And then there's some good games outside of the top 10 for me. We won't go into those, but it's an exciting week one, of course, that'll stretch out over many, many days and several continents, or at least two continents.
Something along those lines.
I don't know. I'm not a travel agent.
All right. We'll be keeping a running total of our picks.
We will?
Yeah.
We're going to do that to each other? Can we start in week 4? It's starting to... Hey, keep in your...
We'll do that. We'll do it by 4s if you want, man.
We will, but I say, you're going to hold us to this in week 1 after all we saw was preseason mishmash?
Can see. Some of them went undefeated in the preseason,
You came right out the gate swinging, picking the Cowboys to take down the Super Bowl defending champion Eagles.
Surprise.
No fly, eagle fly. Grounded by the Cowboys. Okay, we'll know that's coming up. That's like on the calendar.
Wow.
Now.
We shall see. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda. As always, opinions, comments, or outright just you're wrong.
Yeah.
Sports at Leo.tv. Get them on in there and we'll see what we can do with them.
Hey, week 1, let's go. We're there. We are
Jay
there.
Roscoe's my name.
John Henrik Stokes.
Thank you very much for tuning on in. We'll check with you next week.
Yeah.
Best of luck to your team this year. Thank you very much. Aloha.
Ahui ho.